Hi, Janelle.
And this is Israel here on the newly rebranded C.N.G Beyond, and we are back with our drive home reviews. And today we are talking about Fantastic Four First Steps.
It was. I really loved it. Coming out of it, when I went into it, I thought I was gonna hate it. I was hearing the people coming out talking about how they didn't like some of the casting, and to be honest, Pasquale's my dude. He's our dude. He's like the Rasa, so that's really fun to have and see that. But I really didn't see him as Reed Richards, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna play it because I was like, he really doesn't like Reed Richards. It's really, really far out, or you would think it would be far out, but it really isn't. And then the lady who plays with him, you don't see them as a match together, but because of that reason, it actually does work.
Yeah, I was actually a bit skeptical of Pascal's casting as well as Reed. I was also skeptical of Joseph Quinn's casting as Human Torch, but they both actually managed to pull it off really good. They gave really good performances and actually made the characters believable. There's like some moments in there where not to spoil too much, but Reed seems a little helpless, and I love that they kind of humanized Reed a little bit instead of making like the super smart supercomputer everybody's used to in the comics. Like, oh, he's so smart, he can think of something like this.
And that's interesting because that humanizes him more, and Pasquale really brought that out, and really, he really did good on it. And there's a scene where he's crying, and he really, really did really amazing in that one. It's just awesome to see the human part of Reed Richards.
Yeah, he was able to bring that emotion across really well in that performance. Same goes with Evan as a Thing. He was pretty good as that. I loved how they played it off. I love the design, how they kind of used the like old-timey comic book design. I love the fact that they did that.
I know. I love like it looks like it was set in the 70s. I really do love that. It really felt comic booky. It was more comic booky than any of the comic books I've seen out there. The only one that comes close is a new Superman, which is kind of interesting, but this one came even more close. So that was really nice. The Human Torch, I never really was a fan of the Human Torch, but I kind of sort of became a fan of him more than I did before because I was more a fan of Reed Richards and stuff like that, and Invisible Woman. But he really did so well. I wasn't expecting the actor to do so well. I mean, I was expecting him to do better than Pascal, to be honest. But all of them did great.
Yeah.
But he actually he made me actually like the character more, and I actually think I became Torch fan.
Yeah, and it was actually, no shade to Chris Evans because I absolutely love the all four, Fantastic Four, the all five, all 15 ones. But he actually like played him with a lot more depth than Chris Evans did. I think that might have just been a writing issue for the OG ones, to be honest. But he played with a lot more depth, a lot more maturity, and he actually like showed an aspect of it that we have not seen in movies before at all.
Which is really interesting because he's just not a dumb guy chasing after women.
Yeah.
They still have that aspect a little bit, but it looks like he's acting more like the dumb guy, but he's actually like hiding his intelligence because he's very intelligent in this one, and it's really awesome that they gave him that kind of thing, that they changed it around, that they gave Reed Richards emotional depth and humanity, and they gave Torch intelligence.
A bit more intelligence. He's no longer just the, kind of dumb hothead who's always just doing, stupid stuff. He actually had more depth and some good character development to him in this one. They all kind of did, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Still has the Mujeriego chasing him around. So that's the kind of thing. Like, he wasn't ready to see him like that, but here it showed that even though he wants people to see him like that, he's actually way more.
Yeah, the only complaint I do have is that Surfer and Galactus were a little bit underused. Like, I understand why they probably couldn't give them more time, but I do kind of wish we would have seen more of Surfer and Galactus a little bit, because the visuals with Galactus were just amazing. It was almost like just seeing a comic book panel come to life, to be honest.
The thing I was shocked about, and I really loved, is that the trailers gave nothing away.
Yeah.
Nothing. Everything that you see in the trailers is in the starting.
Yeah, and I know the Superman trailers gave a little bit away, but also almost everything from there was from the starting. And I'm actually kind of liking this trend of them doing that for comic book movies, because I know for a lot of things...
You're kind of a little disappointed because you realize you didn't get anything. You didn't get... I mean, you go into it and you're blind. Like, you didn't even get a clue.
Yeah, but I do like that because, like, I do kind of wish we were done with Red Hulk. Like, for Captain America, Brave New World, Red Hulk, I do wish they would have kept them a surprise for the end. I get why they put in the trailers, but I am liking this trend of them either giving you scenes only from the beginning or altering them.
Yeah.
Because I will say a lot of scenes in the trailer are altered.
Yeah. So
That's all I'm gonna say.
it's really interesting though. It's kind of, you're used to at least going in with some kind of sneak peek, and you're like, that's fun. But this one did not do that at all. I mean, it was, in a way, it's fun because it's a surprise, but in a way,
Yeah.
I'm used to
Yeah.
having a
Although,
sneak. It went nothing like you thought it would.
oh, full disclosure, the only trailers we have seen are the ones that have shown in the theater in front of movies. So if any trailer that they released online or any TV spot gave more away, we actually have not seen them. So for us, only watching the actual theatrically released trailers, I actually like that aspect of them not giving anything away.
So yeah, I loved it. I have to say, I went in thinking that it was gonna be like a mid movie.
I thought it was gonna be mid too,
I thought it was
yeah.
gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna see it, and it's going to be, I'm not gonna want to see it in the theaters again. But that's not the case. I do
So
want to see it
definitely
again.
go back and watch it again. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm kind of shocked at that because, to be honest, I was like, because we were obsessed with Thunderbolts and everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get obsessed with another movie where we keep going it over and over again. And I was like, this one will be fine. This will just be, we'll go see it and it'll be. But no, I do want to see it again, and I did love it.
Yeah, I definitely suggest that if anyone's on the fence about it, you definitely check it out. I think it's one of the shortest Marvel movies around. I do kind of wish it was a scooch longer.
Yeah, I wish, but at the same time,
but
it was
it
perfect.
works.
No, it works because of the fact that it's like the 70s comics and stuff. It works. I
Yeah.
think that the time is perfect. Kind of happy it's not 2 hours because I love comic books that are 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of the 2 hour movies too.
It worked out perfectly. After watching it, I do feel like if they had extended the time a little bit, it would have been too much.
Yeah.
But it was just perfect the way it was.
One of the things that I do have to say is I didn't think I was going to care for this movie, but when I get out, I really needed the Herbie popcorn bucket. I would love the car too, but unfortunately we couldn't get the car or get
Yeah.
his heads. But they had this really cool.
We'll talk about it in a separate video though. But they're really cool. But wait till you see them. Again, I suggest you watch it. We'll definitely be going back to see it again. But I think it was, I guess to say, the best Fantastic Four adaptation that's been out
Yeah.
of all of them released. Because I know a lot of people hated it, but I love the 05, the 15 ones. Even the 94 one was pretty decent. I actually did like that one. It's definitely way above the Miles Teller
To
one.
be honest, I have never been a fan of any of the movies. Sorry, I have to be honest. I never have. I kind of sort of like the one with Jessica Alba, kind of. We watched it over again because it's like our jam, sibling time, but it's not it really. I love the comics way more than I have ever loved any of the movies. So
No, that's fair because the movies have been a little hit or miss. Like I said, they're cool. I like them, but this is actually I can honestly say the best one that's ever been released. And although not sure it's really saying anything because we've seen what's been released, but still, it's the best one that's ever been released.
But yeah, it doesn't go at all like you think it would, and you would think it would tie to Thunderbolts, but spoiler alert, it does not.
Yeah. So if you have not seen Thunderbolts, you can go to this one. That's all I'm going to say about that. There are 2 end credit scenes. I will tell you that. Well, the first one, the mid credit one, is somewhat important. The second after credit scene is kind of not, but it is still a fun thing to sit there and watch.
But yeah, I have to say, I do love this one. I think I do like, it's one of my favorite Fantastic Four movies of all time because I have not had one yet. Chris Evans and Jessica Alba and all those guys were pretty cool. And, it was a cool thing. But I can honestly say it was like that movie where I'm like, yeah, let's watch it. It's a sibling thing. But my heart was never like in it or like I loved it like I did Thunderbolts or Superman. But I did like it a lot, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I just really liked it.
Yeah. So definitely go check it out. If you've seen it already for the Thursday night showings, which is tonight, let us know what you think about it in the comics. Also, give us your thoughts, which we unfortunately missed part of it, but give us your thoughts if you had your screenings of the Avatar Fire and Ash trailer. What do you think about that? Do you think it's going to be a good continuation? Let us know what you think about Fantastic Four First Steps. What did you love about it? What did you hate about it? Would you see it again? So there's all that in the comments. And hopefully you will check it out. Hopefully you will enjoy it as much as we did.
Yeah, and I kind of wasn't a fan of them going to be introducing a baby in here because I was like, how did I do that? But they actually made it work. I do have to say that there was no like deep meaning message in it, like Thunderbolts or Superman. It did have a message. I mean, the message was family and everything, but we keep seeing that theme over and over again. I mean, the baby was just another version of Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
He was, because he even has the egg, but you guys will see what that means. But it's still interesting. It's still a nice concept of fighting for family. It has a meaning. It's an all-time meaning that you see play out over and over and over again, which is really cool. But it is more lighthearted than some of the movies, like Thunderbolts. Because when I went into Thunderbolts, I kind of was mad when I first saw the first one, because I was like, I can't be entertained, not triggered. But that became my all-time favorite, and there's a lot of the comic books and comic movies have been having more deeper and deeper meanings, like Superman 2, the new Superman, that has a lot of deep meaning in it. But this one is more lighthearted, more family friendly, more light, and that's kind of nice to see, because it's kind of like fluff, I feel.
It's kind of like, it's also like more pure like comic book lead in. Like if you read like Crisis on Infinite Earths, or the big Marvel crossovers, they always have those leading comics that are kind of like the marshmallow fluff that gets you into the banana split of the story.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of is, but it does a very good job at still keeping entertained, still putting the characters emotionally and getting you emotionally invested in the Fantastic Four a bit.
Yeah, because then it'll probably have deeper meanings than other movies that's coming up, and it's probably going to be growing more and more, because it's more kind of a fluffy character development, I think.
Yeah, like the introduction. This is our first one, and it was very interesting. I think setting them on a different Earth also helped a lot.
Yeah.
I think if they had been set in the main timeline, there would have been too many questions during the movie to really enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's really interesting, because I know that Thunderbolts was a character development too, but those guys went hard on that.
Yeah.
But this one is very, very calm, very tame compared to some of the other ones that's been coming out. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have a lighthearted, actually go in and get entertained, not think about anything for a minute, because it's so interesting. It's like you go, all of the movies you go into another world, like Nicole Kidman said. But on the front of the movies, hey, they didn't have that. No, sorry. But anyway, yeah, it's very light, and I did like it because it felt very entertaining. It takes your mind off everything, and it just puts you into the world of fantasy, and you don't really you some of the things you think too much, because it just puts thoughts in your mind that it's really mind provoking, and just puts your brain into overdrive. But this one did not do that. It was like a nice relaxing break, so that's really nice.
Yeah, but it was definitely a good one. Definitely, I probably wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 though. Maybe like an 8 to 9 out of 10, to be honest.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, like 8 to 9 for sure. Just because I feel like out of this year, my perfect 10-10 was Thunderbolts from Marvel and Superman from DC. But that's because those actually kind of made, like she said, made you feel something beyond just being entertained. Like this one, they did give that character emotional depth. They gave, Reed, the humanized Reed. They gave Torch more emotional maturity. But you still really didn't feel anything but entertained, to be honest.
Which I really loved. It was nice to see. It was nice to see family for family, all that. The story of all this time being told over and over again, which is nice. Nice to see. But yeah, Thunderbolts really messed me out for weeks, and then we kept seeing it, and then that just puts you into just taking you down the road of you do not need to be alone. You just speak up. And all the things that take you down like the road of trauma. I'm pretty sure I did that to a lot of people. But, a lot of people said it was healing, and it was nice, and it does bring such thinking to you. But this one did not, which was nice, because sometimes you need a break.
Yeah, no.
from the heaviness, and this is a break from the heaviness.
Yeah. Like I said, let us know what you think about it. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. If you've seen it, like I said, if you love it, do you hate it? What do you wish you could change about it? And most important, what are your thoughts on the casting? We're curious to hear about that, because we've heard a lot of people complaining about that before.
When we were coming out, when people were coming out of the theater, a lot of them were outside talking, complaining about Pasquale.
Casting. So now that,
which is dumb, because he did a good job.
Yeah.
when you go in, please go in looking at this, not who he is, or not that he doesn't match it. Watch it first.
Yeah.
What you think about
Now
it,
that
because you could judge it very easily.
Yeah. So no, it's fine. But now that it's out, and if you've seen it, now that you've seen it, have your thoughts on the casting changed in any way? Have you decided that, oh, I love Pascal but hate Kirby as a woman now? Or did something flip? You know, did you like Pascal at first and hate Kirby, but now, that flipped? Let us know what your thoughts on that, on the casting, the movie in general, and everything about that in the comments below.
And then if you have if you really love Pasquale, you don't count, you don't get because
Yeah.
you're gonna like it no matter what. But whoever the haters out there for Pasquale and for some of the casting, like Torch, watch it first and you let us know what you think. Tell us what you think, because some people are gonna go in and not like Pasquale no matter what. But and your mind could be changed, because mine was. I wouldn't like Pasquale, but to be honest, I didn't really think he was gonna do great, but he did, and he changed my mind, and that's awesome. So, when you go into this, make sure you go into it with critical thinking. Don't just be like, oh, he sucks, or oh, he doesn't have the look, because he doesn't, but he does.
Yeah. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it if you've seen it. Hopefully you will be seeing it soon. Hopefully you do enjoy it when you see it. Again, like I said, it's on the comments below what you thought about it. And until next time, this is It'll signing off.
And this is Naomi. Hopefully you enjoy this, and we'll see you next time.